Hello and welcome back to our channel. We are Position Plus consultants, workplace positivity trainers, and digital marketing consultants. We were recently conducting one of our communication session with one of our clients, and we realized that there is one topic which is the most important topic of communication, yet it is the most unheard topic, unfortunately. So we are going to talk about it today, and that is not about how you speak or how you conduct yourself, but it is about active listening. Yes, active listening is something that is a skill set. Active listening is something that is very important skill set that needs to be acquired to have good communication. Whether it is at your home or at your workplace, whether it's with your child or your own life partner, own boss or own subordinates, this skill will really take your communication to another level. What is active listening? Active listening doesn't mean that you just nod in between the communication or try to say, No, active listening is much more deeper than that. Active listening is when you make the other person felt heard. It's not about you listening, but it is about other person feeling that he is being heard. That's two-way communication, and that starts with active listening. Active listening does not mean that you agree to that person always, but still let him speak his line, his point. Active listening is when you're sitting in a group of people. You don't need to put up your point always, yet be visible. People a lot of times say that if we are silent in a board meeting, it looks like we are not hearing them. No, you are even more visible if you are in a meeting or in a conversation or with your group of friends or sitting in a classroom. But speaking only when needed and speaking something that is really profound, like asking some deep questions at end of that communication, end of that conversation, end of that training or end of the meeting, that shows that you are deeply listening during that 1 hour or 30 minutes. Active listening is absolutely not just being actively listening, but also being supportive to the speaker. That speaker can be your own family member who comes to you for an emotional support. That speaker can be actually a professor or a trainer in a crowd of 1,000. Or active listening can be about a speaker who is your co-worker who comes and says that he is in real need of an honest opinion for his presentation. Active listening is not always about you or putting your stories out there, because then that's the focus is changing from that person to you, right? For example, if a person comes and says to me that I am really nervous, ma'am, for this presentation, and I start saying all my stories of all these years and how I got so confident and what made me this person and whoever I am and how can I speak so much in front of so many people, the conversation now is becoming mine. Active listening says that your conversation still should be about the person who has come up with that conversation. So I can just say that, I was also nervous, equally nervous when I did my first presentation. But what are your concerns? What are your worries? Tell me more. Go on. I want to hear more. These are the lines spoken by an active listener. Don't judge. Don't interrupt. Don't find flaws, objections. Don't give your statements. Don't give conclusions. Don't give solutions. Sometimes we are so eager to give solution that we don't even know the problem. If you want to really be an active listener, try to find the problem. And for that, let that person empty the bucket. Let him at least finish. A professor or a trainer might speak for 1 hour. Try to listen that 1 hour. Take your own notes. Maybe the questions that you're noting right now might be answered in next 5 minutes. So instead of raising your hands and interrupting in between, or when you're in a group of people and there is a meeting or there is a coffee table conversation going on, sometimes you need to understand between verbal and non-verbal signs. Not everything is spoken. And only an active listener can actually get those non-verbal clues. And that's so important in a conversation. You need to be active, you need to be non-competitive, and also you need to have two-way communication. That's what is active listening. But it all starts from keeping all the distractions away, whether it's a classroom, it's a training session, it's a meeting, it's a friend conversation, it's your child and parent conversation, or two partners conversation, whatever it is, the distraction should be away. Otherwise, absolutely, you can't be talking about active listening at all. Last but not the least, I think I'll say that only and only emotionally intelligent people can be active listeners. I hope some of these techniques help you and you have some more meaningful conversations in future at your work and personal place. Thank you for listening.